All right, we're live. We're back. We're in it again. Tournament of Champions. I mean, it's been a little bit, John. Like, kind of had to knock some rust off last week with the whole podcasting, but we're back. I'm back where I'm meant to be on Tuesday night at 8, and I'm happy to be joined by you.
Yeah, definitely a lot of rust. Nobody invited me on their preview shows this year. I know you're very popular, hot commodity. I listened to the Sports Gambling Pod. Great show with you, Capper and Steve. Loved it. I have thoughts. Nobody really cares to hear them, so we don't have to really talk about it. But we could talk Sentry, we could talk football, we could talk. There's so much to catch up on, and there's only 39 players in this field, so we can really take this in many directions.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing about being a podcaster is that when you like go on breaks, you kind of like have all these thoughts and like things to talk about that like you want to get off your chest, and you can't really do that in the PGA Tour off season. So like it's just a little bit tough like this week like we might have some random conversations. Like I got some things to kind of get off my chest, like some things that have kind of been brewing, and like it's probably just going to come out tonight, and that's fine. Like I hope the viewers are okay with that, because we got some thoughts, we got some things to talk about, and we also have a pretty good event at hand. Like what is your overall kind of interest level thoughts about the TOC being a seasoned PGA Tour better?
Yeah. Sentry, Tournament of Champions, asterisk, and Tour Championship finalists. Is a mouthful, but that is what we have to call it this year. Which, when Harris English won 2 years ago, it was also not for all champions. And that was weird because he like won the Sentry Tournament of Champions to break a like 8-year winless streak. And then Cam Smith won last year. I'm pretty sure his only win before that was the team event. So like if you're not a champion, that is a narrative to win the Sentry Tournament of Champions.
Totally. And what's perfect about it is that Sanjay M did not win a tournament last year. He's in because he got into Eastlake.
Oh my God. I didn't put that together. He went the whole calendar year and didn't win. Oh, that's perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so that's accidentally
we talk about trends, like we talk about large sample size. 100% of the winners of the last 2 Tournament of Champions have not won a real event the week before. Have not won a solo PGA Tour event the week before.
Yeah, and these things always happen in threes. So
wow, like it's like the fact that it happened twice last year. Like that was kind of like that it didn't matter. Like we need 3 for it to be a real sample size.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to spoil things ahead.
No, it's been spoiled. Like it's fine. Like it's all good. Like I literally like like it's fine. Like I invented the bet. Like it's all good. Like I'm glad that we're all gonna cash together. But it's the start of a new year. We got to pretend, John, that it is Monday night, because whenever you get these short weeks, you got to think it's Monday and trick your brain. So then when Thursday rolls around, when Friday rolls around, you think it's Thursday, and then it's just like a shortened week. So like, are you in on that? Like it's Monday night. Like, are you mentally doing that so the week goes by quicker?
It definitely feels like Monday. I had off yesterday, and I had the whole week before off. Very generous where I work, so I have not actually worked in a very long time. I have no idea what day it is. I haven't known what day it's been for a long time. Usually golf is like the North Star of like, oh, there's golf today. Okay, it's Thursday. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been kind of flying blind. So it can be Monday, it can be Tuesday. I don't really care. It's tapping Birdie. It's tapping Birdie now. That's the only time.
Look, when you're listening to me and a guest on Tuesday on a night, like it's Tuesday, and it's just kind of like your regular routine, and it's the start of a new year. John, do you have any kind of New Year's resolution type vibe? Like anything like you're trying to work on? Like anything just for like the month of January? I know like dry January is kind of a thing. Like what are you looking to do in kind of the new year as we embark on 2023?
It's a great question. 2023 is the biggest year of my life. I turn 30 years old in 2 weeks, January 18th. Everybody on notice. I'm going to be in shambles that day, so I need your support. That is a Wednesday. I am going on my bachelor party, which we made a lot of progress on today. We booked our Airbnb in Montreal. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be in August. I get married in October. I go on my honeymoon at the end of October.
Where's the honeymoon at?
It is starting in New Zealand, where I know you're big. So I might actually need to talk to you about
yes, I have been on New Zealand radio. So and let's just get that out of the way. I have been on New Zealand local radio. Did you happen to watch that documentary about the volcano on Netflix?
I did. And I really want to go to that island. And now I'm like, I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, that's kind of a whole nother pod, I guess. But should Netflix have made the documentary? Because I kind of feel like it was like preying on like an unfortunate situation. Like the people shouldn't have gone there. Like it shouldn't have been a trip. They shouldn't have made a documentary about it. Like where do you kind of fall on that?
I'm okay with it. I think they framed it more as like the people who did the rescuing, which I'm okay with. Like the Casey Anthony Peacock doc is too soon. They shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it. I actually think randomly, I follow Jason Kipnis on Instagram, former Cleveland Indians second baseman before they were the Guardians. And I'm pretty sure he was in New Zealand when that happened. I remember him posting a story and going live and talking about it like he was supposed to be on a boat that was going there. So that's crazy. I don't know if that's in the documentary. It's probably not in the documentary. But that's what I remember about that. And I like kind of remember where I was when that happened. That was scary. So hopefully that does not happen. Yeah. That would ruin the honeymoon.
No active volcano an hour and a half away from any land on your honeymoon. Please.
Can only hope. I'm a Whoop guy now.
Wow.
That was a big Christmas gift.
Whoop guy.
So you guys, I'll be live streaming my my heart rate when I'm sweating outrights now for content. So that'll be good. That's my other New Year's resolution, is to be in better shape in October than I am currently.
Total vibe. As a lot of you can see, I am currently drinking a nice lime LaCroix.
Are you dry Jan? Is that your new resolution?
So look, it's no secret. I love to drink. I like to drink. So for me to like literally not drink all of January, like I'm not doing that. Like I'm not doing it. Like I'm just not. Like there's just too many things going on. However, I'm going to do damp January. That is a TikTok term. That is a chronically online like thing. So damp January, no drinking Sunday through Thursday. No weekday beers, no like Sunday night like day beers, no like TIB, couple high noons, so we're not doing that. And then we're gonna. This is the year of like mixing in some waters. Like we're mixing in waters more when we drink. Like every 2 to 3 drinks, chug a water. I'm pretty good with hangovers. Like I don't really get really hungover, but like we're gonna mix in more waters, and we're gonna try and not like go out 2 nights a week on the weekend. So like one night, friends having an open bar, like we go out, like whatever, like one night, but like no heavy drinking Friday and Saturday. So like that's the goal. And we might not just do it all January. We might catch a vibe or something, and find out that our lives better.
Okay. I mean, my birthday's always been in January, so I've never even considered dry January. Like it's usually a week-long bender. See if that changes in this new chapter of my life. But you're in the mean streets of Massapequa, so that it's like hard to avoid going out. Whether that's in your own basement or the Hofstra Strip, which I know is not that close to you, but like
that's not a thing. Like no one would ever go out there.
Is that kind of close to you, or is that not even close to you?
It's like 25 minutes, and it's like the worst bars. So no, I would not. But me and KP have been hitting gories recently. So like that's been fun. If people don't know, KP, who is John's friend that like I kind of know through Twitter, he posts his card, like people follow him. He lives 3 minutes away from me, on my block. So It's like kind of weird we haven't linked up, so like we should. We'll figure that out. But again, like dry January, like damn January, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, Thursday night football, like let's go, like watch the game at Gore's. But yeah, he's watching. He's a good guy, honestly, and he's kind of like my neighbor.
Love Kevin. He's coming to
Yeah.
Montreal. He's in the crib.
Vibe, yeah, vibe. Like I know that my secretary reached out. I can't make it. But it's all good. Like it's it's like a true like no beef situation. Like
how could there be beef?
Like we're all good. Like,
I would not want you to miss the Wyndham Championship that week.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even consider asking.
We have a lot of history at the at the Wyndham Championship. Like it's kind of been kind of a focal point in our lives.
The true Windy C.
Yeah, the true Windy C. Look,
the Windy C.
The Windy C. My goal is to hear Pat Mayo say that on a show like last year. It's one of my favorite nicknames, and it's not one like I came up with on the spot. Like I'm a Windy C truther. That's like everyone knows that.
Right. And so that was a big moment because Pat has a long like a Rolodex of nicknames for pretty much everyone. And he didn't have Windy C. So I feel like that will stick. A lot of people are saying this is his year. Windy C.
Ben Coley said it. Ben Coley literally said it. Like, but yeah, I literally, when I used to do my DFS article, I would like literally just like write him up every single week. Like him and Lee Hodges, just play him every week. Like you just can't kind of go wrong. But yeah, most nicknames, they're just like adding a Y to like their last name and then like adding a Y to their first name and then like shortening their last name. Like one of my favorite ones is like someone I like this week is Shammy Powell. like Shammy Powell, like I like Shammy Powell. Like it's a good kind of nickname. He tends to get hot around this time of year. So yeah, Shammy Powell.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say Willie Z because that's really
but I didn't invent Willie Z. Like that, this just like kind of works. Like Willie Z just like kind of works like for his name,
Okay. As we go through the board, I think we can kind of start to assign nicknames where they aren't already there. I think that's our responsibility.
That's kind of like my goal tonight, at least, or at least talk about the guy that wins in a somewhat positive light, so we could like kind of just victory lap it. Like that's kind of also what I'm looking for always. A New Year's resolution is to like not talk badly about the winner of a PGA Tour event. Right.
It's very important to have sound bites and or receipts for every winner, more so than actually betting them or playing them, is just having a record that you thought positively of them. So I do want to make sure that of the 39 players playing this week, we have at least like a second or like a half a second of like, yeah, he's good. And then Sunday, regardless who wins, we have something.
Yeah, always just something to send the intern to put out. I'm not even joking. I hired an intern for a TIB this year. Just kind of someone to like just like kind of like a secretary type because I got a lot going on. Look, there's no, I got a lot going on. It's hard for me to handle. So I hired somebody. I pay them $1,000 a week, which I think is pretty good pay. That's pretty competitive. And he's sitting down here with me right now, just like making everything is all right. So yeah, shout out Sean, new intern. So yeah, I like it. We got a lot of new stuff going on in 2023. And I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a good season. Like I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think also like this is the first week of the year, and I reset. January 1st is a new year. I tally up the bets from the beginning of the year to the end. And I think last year, week 2, Russell Henley, Sony implosion set the tone for the year. And it was just a lot of heartbreak on repeat. And so we just got to get out of January without heartbreak. I don't need to hit a winner in January, but we just need to set a tone of what's the year going to be. Am I going to narrowly miss every week? Am I going to be in position to win and not win? Am I actually going to get ahead of pace and get to a hot start? Because that's never happened. Or am I just not going to hit a winner this week? Like, just let me know in January so I know what to expect.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for January to set the tone for the year. I think we're going to hit a winner this week. I'm pretty sure of it. There's a lot of stuff that backs it up. So you want to talk about some golf? You want to talk about this event? You want to just just get ahead of it and just kind of talk about some things going on?
Let's talk about the Sentry Tournament of Champions.
Yeah. I think last year, like, to be honest, like, I think there were a lot of kind of signs that pointed to Cam Smith ultimately winning that event. And like, there's a lot of like, terms and stuff you could throw out and like kind of like ideas you have of golfers like in your head, like whether or not like they might be like true or not, like that doesn't really matter. But like last year, you could have been like, yeah, like Cam Smith, like good wedge player. He makes a lot of birdies. He's a bad driver. You could drive it anywhere here. Australians do well here. Yeah, I'll bet Cam Smith. Sure. Like you could have like landed on Cam Smith like fairly easily last year, just like off like kind of like a few things. So does that mean those things are real? And like you should, bet guys that make a lot of birdies and are good wedge players, good long iron players, like might get a little wayward off the tee. Like, is that valid?
Yeah, I mean, you got to take stances somewhere, and my stance going into this tournament last year was that Cantlay and Cam Smith were going to come back to earth, and that they were playing above their heads at the end in the playoffs, which is the opposite of true. So I got that wrong. Hand up. I think I went all in on JT, which he did his always every time you bet JT, he does this. He bogeys the first like 3 holes. He's completely out of it, and then he's the best player in the tournament Friday to Sunday, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not betting him this week, but
dope.
Like he'll probably do it again. But yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? Because there's no form. Most people haven't even played in December. They're all resetting. A lot of guys, this is a tournament where they're testing out new equipment. It's like the new generation. If you're sponsored by TaylorMade, you're like hitting the new TaylorMade driver for the first time. Cantlay, I think, is not even playing Titleist clubs anymore. So that's kind of weird. Tony Finau has a new swing. So like there's all these like random things that just like happen, and there's no way to look back in your research process and be like, oh, Victor Hovland finished 15th here, but he had a new club that year. Like it's so annoying to do that. So what I do instead is just look longer term, like over the last 4 or 5 years. Do you always play well here? And if the answer is yes, then I'm kind of just like focusing in on those guys.
Yeah, like literally, like I'm kind of the like mindset this and most weeks is like literally just play the best plays. Like play bet the amount of guys outright that like you could fit on a card and it's like realistic, that are like just straight up like good plays that like just make sense. And like, sometimes they win. Like that's really all you can do and hope for. But okay, so we got a trivia question. So you're someone like me that I spend a lot of time on golf tournament like Wikipedia pages. Something I'm trying to do is name the last 10 winners of every major. I'm like pretty good. Like it's close. Like do you think you could do? I'm not gonna actually do it now. That's not the trivia question. But do you think you could what major do you think you would know the last 10 winners the best at without looking?
Okay, I'm going to be pretty good at this actually, because I did basically a project for the last month for the Lions where I wrote an evergreen page for every golf tournament of the year,
and
so that if at any point you're like, hey, what's the deal with the Charles Schwab? Then there's like a page that exists and it tells you like the last 10 people who won.
So who won the 2011 Masters?
Well, 2011 is more than 10 years ago. I don't go back that far.
It was Charles Schwab. Regardless, who won this tournament? Which golfer won this tournament 3 years in a row?
This tournament?
Yes. Who won Tournament of Champions 3 years in a row?
It's Tiger?
No, not Tiger. Close.
DJ?
Not close. No, not close. No, it's not close to Tiger.
Phil?
It's a random ass person. Nope.
Okay, I have no idea.
Stuart Appleby.
Would never have gotten that.
Stewie fucking Apples.
Stewie Apples.
Won this tournament 3 years in a row. And something to note, he is Australian.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
all Australians like kind of fuck at this event, like
Yes,
straight up.
that is true. I
Like
remember that. Yeah.
Australians fuck at this event. We got Stewie Apples winning 3 years in a row. Matt Jones last year, who like genuinely like there's nothing in the world that could have landed you on Matt Jones last year other than the fact that he was Australian. And then Cam fucking Smith. So Adam Scott, I'm kind of out on, but like if Adam Scott plays well, we kind of said it.
Yeah, strokes gain, natural time zone. Australia pretty close to Hawaii on the international date line.
It would be a quick boat.
Yeah, I'm literally doing honeymoon planning. I'm looking at that trip, that exact trip. It's not that bad.
It's not that
and
bad.
Japan pretty close.
You should hit Japan.
Hideki's played well here.
Yeah, you should hit Japan. I would like to go to South Korea, to be honest. That's kind of on my radar for the upcoming year. But regardless, yeah, let's get into the odds board. You know, again, it's a small event. Like we're not gonna get these amazing numbers. So I kind of wrote about it in my article. Like I think the best strategy is to bet someone like that you like below 20-1 and bet someone you like above 20-1. And like that's it, just a 2-man card. Like I don't think this is a week to be like, all right, yeah, like I'm gonna like start my card at like 20-1 or like I mean, I know people like just bet like 2 guys like under 20-1. Like I think the best course of action is to take an elite guy that you like, and then take a guy 20 plus. That's Sanjay. You should take him. But like at the top, you really can't go wrong. But I do think that it's extremely hard to bet Jon Rahm or Scheffler this week unless you're jurors. Like unless you're jurors and like you just want to pound the fave. Like I don't want to like reveal his plans, but like we were talking in the group chat, and I was like, yeah, jurors is like either gonna bet like Rahm or like Sepp Straka and like Ryan Brehm. And then he legitimately texts before he's like, "Can anyone get me a 7-1 on Rahm?" I was like, I literally called it. It's fine. But yeah, look, I think for outright betting, no one's really betting Rahm or Scheffler. Like it just has to be your only guy. Like you're gonna have to put up a lot of money to bet Rahm. And there's just no way I'm gonna do that. I don't really understand why Scheffler has the shortest of like everyone else. Like I don't know what's kind of your take on Scheffler. I know he obviously had an amazing year. I know he cooled down, but like, do you think he deserves to be 9-1 here?
No, definitely not. You know, one appearance, T13, 2 years ago. Didn't even play last year. And nobody's betting him. Nobody will bet him. It's also like the putter isn't there right now. He's still working on that. He has not been gaining strokes putting, and this is a putting contest. You got to hit. You need like 30 plus birdies here. Yeah. So if you're struggling with the putter and you got to whittle down, make decisions, like I'm not betting Scotty Scheffler. I thought about Rahm single bullet. When Caesars was the only book with odds and it had Rory in it, I want to say Rahm was 8.
Yeah.
So you could have done that. And I was thinking about that. If he stayed 8, I could have done a single bullet Rahm. I wouldn't have felt horrible about it. Won twice in Europe in his last 4. So he's definitely like playing well. But you know, putting contests, do I really want one guy at the shortest odds? Not really. I want a couple outs.
Yeah, and I look, I'm not a huge matchup guy. Like I don't really love matchups because like my take on it is kind of that it's hard to predict golfers that are going to play well. It's also hard to predict golfers that are like going to play poorly because like you could just like fade a guy and then like he just plays unbelievable, or you fade a guy or the guy you like just played horrible. So I don't really love matchups, but Rahm's minus 130 over Scheffler. Like I think that's bet for me. Like I'm betting that. Like
I like that.
Rahm's been unbelievable here. Obviously, like if Cam Smith didn't go completely nuclear, like Rahm wins last year. And like I don't really understand that line. Like I don't think like I'm not of the belief Rahm's gonna have like an unbelievable season that like some people are thinking, but like I just think like he's just unbelievable here every single year, and he really should have won last year. So, you know, I like that bet. I lay a little bit of juice. So that's a bet for me. I got a couple more that I will be talking about. But you endorse.
I endorse. That's a good bet.
Minus
That's
130.
a good bet.
All right, let's do it. So I kind of put 3 guys into the same category, and I think you really can't go wrong with any of them. Like, I think there's all extremely compelling cases to bet Cantlay, JT, and Xander. Like, they all have unbelievable course history. They all win on tour. They all played pretty well recently, and I think there's a great case for all of them. So, it just kind of pick your poison, pick who you want here. You were landing on Xander Schauffele. So, what is it? I know you like Xander. Like you like Xander. You like making the no cut jokes. Like he kind of shoved it in your face. But is he back to his roots this week?
I would not say that I love making the no cut jokes. There are a lot of Xander stands in my circles who I talk golf with all of the time. And I feel like with Xander, it's kind of like are you a Mets fan?
I mean, I like both the Mets and
Casual.
Yankees, like casual. Like I'm not gonna say like I'm a diehard Yankee or Met fan.
So like Mets fans love the Mets, but part of them like always wants them to fail so that they can talk about how that just to have something to complain about.
Yeah, they like to be miserable, basically.
Yes. That's how I feel about all of my friends who are Xander fans. It's not just one person or not. It's a collective group, random people. If you like Xander, you love Xander, but they're all act the same way, which is like, oh, great. Xander's playing great now. This sucks. Or like the week before the Open when he won 2 events in a row. And it's like, this is the worst thing ever. What are we supposed to do? It's like, we could enjoy it. Like he's good. It's not his to lose right now. He's just playing good golf. And if he sucks, then it's like good. Like now he's like going to get better odds or whatever. Like I don't get it. Like now I'm betting Xander and I feel like I'm under fire for mushing Xander.
No.
I like him. I like the play. There are narratives that used to exist for Xander that no longer apply. The no cut thing is not a thing anymore. Won the Travelers, won the Scottish Open. It's great. Even the Olympics was a no cut event, but it's a very impressive win. It was fun to carry on that bit, but the bit is dead. We need a new bit. We need to find somebody else who's the new Xander. It was Will Z for half a season, and then he won FedEx, St. Jude. So like, it's not him either. So we need somebody else who's like the guy who should win a bunch and doesn't. I don't know who that's going to be, but Xander wins now. Floodgates are open. Always plays well at Kapalua, Masters comp. Always plays well at Masters.
2-time winner comp here. A lot of 2-time winners here.
Yep. Should have won back-to-back years. He kind of choked. Into the playoff, and I think JT won that year. But yeah, he fits the course well. And the other thing that like I want a guy who I don't know if it's not going to blow super windy the entire week. I have to imagine there's going to be wind a decent amount, just not constantly. And he's good in Birdie Fest and difficult conditions. And not everybody else at the top of this board I can say the same about. Like he can win a putting contest. He's a really good putter. And like JT, I don't think JT is going to get to 26 under. When he won, it was at like 14 under. So that's kind of how I landed on Xander. I was 50-50 really more with Xander and Cantlay.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Xander's won here before. So that's.
Yeah. And you wanted good content because I'm betting Cantlay this week.
Yeah. And I'm 0 for 2 because I had Cantlay at the Travelers when Xander beat him and they were in the final pairing. And I had Xander at the BMW when Cantlay beat him. So I'm 0 for 2 on this 1v1.
So I think you just got to rip them both. Like when you bet them, like that might have to be. Honestly, like that's kind of weird. Like I remember being at the BMW with you, and like I feel like you weren't even like sweating Xander super hard.
He just
like, am I mistaken?
Everything.
Yeah,
he played himself out of it like immediately.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember that tournament very well. That was a week. Yeah, Cantlay. Look, if you asked me like 2 weeks ago, like who are you betting for this event, I probably would have just said Cantlay and Sanjay. Like those are kind of like the guys I like envision to play extremely well here and people I want to bet. So a lot of the times I don't really flip flop. Like I'm just kind of like, okay, this is who I wanted to bet to start the week. I'm betting them because I feel like if you flip flop, you're just set yourself up for disaster because there's a lot of times where the guy you were thinking about wins. And like, that's a bigger pain than just losing an outright bet, which we lose 95% of our outright bets of the year. I was doing some math on the other show. I said 99%. It's more about like 95%. So, but regardless, Cantley obviously had an unbelievable run at this event last year. Finished fourth. I don't know if he got to 30 under par, but he was up there. He got to 26 under par. Was kind of like, right there with three guys that just kind of blew the doors off this event. And he played some really, really, really excellent golf to end the season. Won the BMW Championship, 7th at the Tour Championship, 2nd at the Shriners. Easily could have won the Shriners, an extremely low scoring event. Another Bermuda track. I think that he just, like, people like talk about like underachieving for a season. Like, I don't really know if I see that with Cantley last year because he lost in 2 playoffs. Was in the final round at the Travelers. Lost on the 18th hole at the Shriners. Like, he could have had an absolutely monumental season. And I just think that he gets a few done this year. Like, I really do. And moneyless to win 14-1. I think that's a really, really good event. I talked about it on the pods, but I want to just get it out here to clip it. But all the elevated events he plays unbelievable at. So it's this event, elevated event, Waste Management, he plays really well at. Genesis, all right, but he's a West Coast guy. Travelers, elevated, final round there. RBC, elevated, lost in the playoff there. And he likes the BMW Championship. He likes that big money. And he's not on a Titleist anymore. So this is the equivalent of getting a new caddy. Like Willie Z, like, got a new caddy. He won immediately. You get a new brand deal. You win immediately. I trust him to go super low of all the guys at the top. Cantley's going to start the year with a win. I really like Cantley this week.
Yeah, I think one of my year-long takes is I think Cantley wins a major this year.
Yeah.
I think you're obviously very high on him, so you probably agree. Yeah. And obviously his reputation is that he sucks at majors. Yeah. But I think like last year, everything shaped up for Spieth, and you were looking through every venue and you're like, oh, that's Spieth course. I think that's Cantley this year. Like, every course sounds to me like it fits his game perfectly.
Yeah.
I think he's a great, going to be popular at LACC because he always plays well in California. But if I had to pick one, I think he's going to win the Open.
Love it. I think he's going to win the PGA. He literally just wins on East Coast bent courses. So, like, whatever. And for the time being, this is because his only event he played was the Shriners. He is second on tour in driving distance. So he's a bomber. Like, literally, like, he's literally a bomber. So yeah, look, we both fit the strategy. You just take, and he, like, there's a lot of stats that point to him. Like, he checks out well. And something that DG Betting pointed out, our friend Adam, is that players, like, in their last 3 starts before winning this event have a top 5. Boom, done. Cantley. Like, it happened. So I like Cantley. The problem is that he is 10-1. So if you like to win a lot of money on betting on golf, you have to front a lot of money. And again, you're going to lose 95% of the outright bet you place. So yeah, did it suck to throw $300 on him? Like, yeah, I didn't enjoy that. But I did it. And it's kind of crazy. Like, he, like, opened at like 12 and I was like, all right, like, he's 12-1. Like, that'll fine. And now he's 10. It's like, yo, like, you're really going to move it like 2 points? Like, really? So yeah, you got it. I'm usually, like, on numbers quick, but, like, I was like, really? Like, it moved 2 points. Like, it's just 12-10. Like, it's not really that big a deal.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, 12-10 is pretty significant too. I had a hard time deciding when it was JT, Xander, and Cantley at 12, and I guess a lot of other people didn't and bet him down to 10 immediately. But I feel like one of us is gonna hit this week.
I mean, like, and then, like, Tony, Colin, like, I'm fine on. Like, I don't think they're bad bets. Like, I think Tony, for whatever reason, like, they're just still not pricing him with the elites. I don't exactly know why, but he's always just kind of a little bit removed, even though all he seems to do is win. Right now, hot take, Tony might have a big year. Like, Like I don't like Tony might have a big year. I don't like kind of want to like break the internet or anything, but he could. Yeah, Colin completely out on. Literally have no.
I actually
desire to
love
bet
Colin this week.
How? Why?
I mean, played the event 3 times.
Okay.
T7, T7, T5. You don't like Colin in a birdie fest, a putting contest. Same issue I would have with JT, where like, can he get to 26 under? I don't think he's ever done that. Probably not. But I love him as a top 10 bet. I didn't bet him outright, but I mean, he's never not finished top 10 3 years in a row. Irons are back to normal. He's gained like over 4 strokes in like 7 or 8 straight events. And he's gained strokes putting in all 3 Sentry trips. So he can putt here. The irons are good. He's not going to miss the fairways. I don't see anything wrong with betting. But I didn't pull the trigger on the outright because he's not like his elite self, and I would rather just pay up for Xander.
Yeah.
But T10, I love it. It's my favorite bet.
Love it. Is it a hammy play?
Oh, it's a humpback whale play.
Wow.
It's a Maui indigenous humpback whale.
Wow. That's it. That's dope.
Yeah.
No, that's great. So next guy on the odds board, I put out my winners for the season like a month ago, and I said Sanjay would win this event. So like I was kind of first on it. I liked it last year. Other people also think it's a good bet because it is a good bet. And I really
bet.
Yeah, most tip, but again, I don't care. It's totally fine. Yeah, look, I really liked Sanjay last year. I think he made a lot of sense. I think the reason I really liked him last year is because 2 events that he played very recently were the Shriners, which he won at 24 under, and then at Caves Valley, and again, another very driver-heavy course. I would say Shriners is a pretty driver-heavy course. He also went extremely low, and Cantlay and Bryson had that massive duel, but Sanjay was right there, and I think he came in 3rd or 4th, and he went extremely low. So I was like, okay, Sanjay Lim has the potential to go low. He could definitely go low. Had good course history, finished 5th in his first appearance there. I think Sanjay is someone that could get an extremely hot putter. I think he's a good Bermuda putter. I think he's excellent from 200 plus, which will be important on the par 5s, which are vital to score on. And there's some longer 4s this week. So you're definitely going to have some longer approach shots in, and then you're also going to have a lot of wedges in, which again, I think he's a great wedge player. And I know he's 24, so it's like kind of weird, but like, I just think he's more talented to have more than 2 PGA Tour victories. And I think he gets his 3rd this week. And I think there's a lot of comparisons to Cam Smith a little bit. With Sanjay, not in looks or appearance or nationality or anything, but I think as a guy that, for majors is about 40 to 50 to 1. He's kind of that mid-level player, maybe has a few wins, but people know have a lot of great talent. And then a guy who had a lot of great results in the fall and in the summer. And he's a guy that I believe can be in the 20 to 25 to 1 range for the upcoming majors. Also great at Augusta. That's no secret. That's no surprise. So I think that, Cam Smith, like he was kind of 40 to 50 to 1 to win majors. He won this event. And then he just had kind of a signature year. And I think Sanjay could have that year. I don't know if he can win a major, but I think that he can win like this and maybe 2 more events. So I think his season starts here. Sanjay M 20 to 1. I hammered it, absolutely hammered it. Sanjay M top 10 mortgage play. It's Sanjay's week. He's winning, and we're starting the year off with a bang. And I'm happy that you're joining me.
Yeah. What can I add to that? Because I agree with everything. I think Sanjay is just like good anywhere you want to play it. Like if it's an easy birdie fest, he's a great putter. He's played well at the Masters. I think there's other. The Masters is the only like major that I think of when I think of Sanjay, but I'm sure he's had good results in other ones. 2 top 10s, first 2 trips here. You want to play him on Bermuda. Good long iron player. So like everything checks out for Sanjay. He did just get married. So like I don't know what to do with that. I have some concern because it's like a beautiful resort. Like the wife is definitely coming. And I just don't know because Sungjae's always on the road. I worry that his fiance or girlfriend before this was never with him, and that this might be a little bit like he's super distracted in the hotel room, not getting a good night's sleep. Like
Yeah.
that is literally the only concern that I have about Sungjae.
Yeah, that is something to factor into your model, and I'm not even joking. That is really tough.
Yeah.
But maybe his wife is like all business. Like maybe his wife like wants the check. Like she knows it's an elevated event. Like I think that's fine. We could flip that narrative a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he's like maybe him and KH are boys, and
Yeah.
their wives like hang together, and
Yes.
he rooms with KH.
That'd be a vibe. But yeah, look, Sanjay, like let's just win. Like let's just win. Let's start off the year hot. Like let's just do it. Like let's just get it done. Like you're too talented to have 2 wins. Then you'll like be 20-1, then win the Masters. Everyone will bet you, and like you won't win because you put in a race streak. But we need another event. Like I need to kind of like get the year out. Like I don't know what other events he wins. Like, but one has to be an elevated event. But look, let's just do it. I feel good about it. I really do. I think we could really get this done. I know we're not betting any of these guys. We're gonna talk about my matchups that I like, but kind of the Cam Young, Fitz, Burns, Spieth, Tom Kim, Zal, Homa range. Those are kind of all in there. The same range. Do you fancy any of those guys?
I am betting Sam Burns first round leader. I'm doing a single bullet. He's my only first round leader bet. So it's there's no value in the first round leader market in 39 man fields, but he shot 9 under on Friday last year. So it wasn't the first round, but he can shoot 9 under in a round on this course. And maybe that first round, he just like, whoa, I've never been here before.
Yeah.
And then he figured it out. I think he'll probably not win. That's one of my hot takes. I also think, I don't know where Spieth was, but not winning. That's my not winning pick.
Well, he's highest on Bet River, so he's definitely not winning.
Okay. Yeah, not winning.
So we're good on that. I think you should fade Will Zalatoris this week. I truly do not think there is a worse spot on the PGA Tour calendar. Maybe that and like the Byron Nelson. Like these are like legitimately absolutely horrible spots for Willie Z. Like I'm not going to go into it. Obviously, he's just amazing on difficult conditions, and that's why he plays so well in majors. Like this is not that. He's coming back from a back injury, and DraftKings doesn't even have a matchup with him. Like they know, like I am OG. So the only matchup I can find is Decky at plus money. Do I love Decky this week? No. Like, do I think Decky's going to play super well? No. Like, but I think he'll beat Willie Z. And it's plus money. That is not a hammy play for me. Like I'm just betting it, but like that, I like 3 matchups better than that. But I think you should fade Will Zalatoris this week. Like I don't think you should bet him. I don't think you should have any money on him at all. Like I don't think that is good. Like at all.
He's making his debut since the Kirshner curse.
Look, I'm not here to talk about that. Like it's fine. Like
I think it has to be addressed.
Yeah, I made a deal with the devil. Like I vividly remember like being in my living room watching the platform and be like, God, like if you just let Willie Z win, like I will not sin. Like you can let whatever happen. Like I won't complain. And then he took Will Z. So whatever. It's fine. I'm over it. But yeah, let's just talk. Look, we told you our outright card. Let's talk some matchups because I think, do you agree? Like, I know you like matchups sometimes, but like, do you agree? Like, since like the conditions are like so extreme one way this year, like at this event, that like it's a good event to kind of favor guys in matchups that you think are just like excellent ball strikers that you don't think can go low. Like, am I crazy?
My take on this course is that if you're great, you can go super low because there's a lot of these like 400-yard holes where you can drive it and be like 30 yards out. And there's like a great PGA Tour player is going to hit it to like kick in range with a wedge.
You just got to make the putt.
Or not even that. Like, it's not even like I'm saying, like you can go low without it being a putting contest because on the par 5s, which there's 4 of them, there's only 3 par 3s, and there's a bunch of actually like pretty short par fours when you consider like the rollout that you get. Like if you're like elite short game, you're going to generate birdies just by like going up and down from like 20 yards out.
Yep.
So I still want like the really skilled players who can also go low, which is a Cantlay. I think it's Xander is one of them. But like those are the types of people I'm looking for. I don't think KH Lee is shooting 30 under. Like I know Matt Jones just did this last year, but like these are not last year's conditions. It's not wet. It's not point and shoot, and the ball's just going to land where you hit it. It's going to be firm. There's not really any rain in the forecast. So it's not, nobody's getting to 30 under this week. It's probably going to be 25. I would guess 25 is the winning mark. So I don't think it's a pure birdie fest like what you would see at like the Amex. I think there's skill that you need to have to go low.
I mean, I don't really know if that like went against or like what I was saying, but first matchup is Shamey Powell over Aaron Wise. No, Shamey Powell over Corey Connors.
Oh yeah,
Shamey Powell over Corey Connors. Seamus obviously playing some actually unbelievable golf in the swing season. I think he keeps it going. We saw Cam do that last year. Won the Bermuda, third at Mayakoba, fifth at RSM. Boom, done. Shamey Powell, I like him in DraftKings. I like Seamus this week. I don't think he's going to win. Like, I just think it's a good bet. Corey Connors, no. Like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want Corey Connors this week. Like, I just don't think it's a good setup for him.
Okay, but how do you feel about Corey Connors as a Masters?
Yeah, that's future? A little bit. No, it's fine. I like it's fine. Like I don't even like it's whatever. Like you can bet him. Like Corey Connors is good at the Masters. Like that's fine. Next one I like. We're kind of just like moving down a little bit. I really like Harman over Wise. And Harman's minus 120. In this one, Harman's played this event once because he legitimately does not win. He has not won since 2017, but he top five.
Positive.
He played really well here. I know my guy House Money likes him, so that's always a plus. But yeah, Harman is playing well. Like he had a good swing season. He always like we saw Kevin Kisner top 10 here last year. Like I don't think it's like you absolutely need it. Second place in both of his last finishes. And I hate Aaron Wise here. I truly hate Aaron Wise. I don't like Aaron Wise. I think he sucks. Like I just don't like Aaron Wise. Like I just don't like him. And I don't want to play him here. So yeah, Harman over Wise. And then do you like Thiegs this week? Do you like Thiegs? Sahith? Do you like Sahith Theegala?
First things first, Brian Harman President's Cup snub. We're talking about a top 25 player in the world. He's not even in the conversation.
But Wise after
is that false one heater,
a snub,
and it's a Ryder Cup year.
So, but how do we? Because they're both snubs. Like, how do we factor that in?
Right. So that negates. Okay. The next thing I was going to say is non-winner, which you need to be to play well here at the Tournament of Champions. But they're a wash there too. So I would just based on those two things, I would just take the juice. Like I'd take the plus odds. That's just me. I'm not saying it's a bad bet, but that's just how I would play that because it's razor thin.
Yeah. And then my last one I like. Wait, do you like Thiegs? I like Thiegs. I'm gonna play him in DraftKings.
So I was watching the Open and he was wearing this and I tweeted, "What is that hoodie that Sahith Theegala is wearing? How do I get it?" And somebody replied with a link and I bought it.
How much was it?
120.
You got money. Yeah, something.
I had Cam Young first round leader that week.
Yeah. At what event?
Free hoodie.
Oh,
the Open.
That was a sick bet. No, I was gonna say. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up earlier. Like, congrats on like a 6 swing season.
I hit one outright from February to October. You know how ridiculous that is?
And it was
that's 8 months. You could practically birth a child in that in that amount of time.
Like a whole human life can start.
Right. And it was just JT posted in the middle and nothing from Joaquin Niemann at the Genesis. One win from Joaquin Niemann at the Genesis to Tom Kim at the Shriners.
But then you rattled off 3.
And then
But like you hit a bunch of first
I
round
got to
leaders,
6.
so
The
like it
6 was the
doesn't.
goal. 6 for the year.
Yeah,
We
but
turned
like
a
you hit a
profit.
bunch of first round leaders, which are literally outrights.
That is true.
So
Fact.
yeah, congrats on that. So like, were you like pissed like when golf ended? Like, were you like, yo, I'm like on a heater. Like, don't leave the table at a heater. Like, you should have been on Thiegs Hoagie at QBE. Like, I tweeted that out. So like, you should have been on that. And like VJ Singh at the PNC, like course history, bro.
Yeah, Cossa's that was a miss on my part. Yeah, it's a new year. It's fine. I needed a break. I was getting it was good for my health to
Yeah, like the thing again,
not
this is
sweat every
something I wanted to talk about. Like golf betting, like legitimately like ruins regular betting and like regular wagering because like winning like like any win, like it just doesn't like get me going. Like it doesn't get my dick hard. Like it just isn't like I had France to win the World Cup to win like $700 and like I was like gonna win a pool. I'm like, all right, like okay, like whatever. Like I don't, it's fine. And it's like to be betting like every week, like on like NFL, and like I'm a horrible NFL better and like college football. It's like, yo, like this is not fun. Like this is genuinely just like not fun. And like you don't like hit big winners. You just like lose money. And yeah, I just hate betting on like regular events, like regular sports. Like I'm just like out on. Like I need the rush of like winning like 3-4 grand on an outright.
Well, that's why this is your calling. You
Yeah.
are the golf guy / part-time degenerate gambler, but full-time golf guy.
Yeah. Like and like it's fun. Like I'm just like Venmoing my bookie every week. It's like, yo, like this isn't fun. Like I'm like good.
I agree.
This.
I don't really get it. Like I'll just I'll do first touchdown in NFL.
Yeah, because like that's
We're doing
yeah.
teaser parlays because that's plus EV.
Yes.
And we're plus EV better, so that's how we go about it. But I don't like I avoid at all costs a minus 110 bet. I don't do it in any market. Even we're talking matchups, I don't touch it. I don't like betting anything that's minus 110. So I'm always doing parlays or golf bets.
Yeah.
That's just like I'm not enjoying. Maybe I'll double up on this hours from now. That's not what I'm about.
Yeah, and like that's fine. Like that, you just kind of live and learn, kind of a little bit. Like you just know what you like at a certain point. And like now, I don't have to really like bet on these other sports. But another New Year's resolution that I'm doing is that when I hit an outright, which I'm going to do many times this year, I'm just going to take all the money out of the account. Like I'm not going to leave it in there.
Okay.
Because like the thinking was kind of like, all right, well, like I'm just going to deposit it again. But then I'm just like ripping play. Like then I'm just like throwing way too much on stuff. And it's just like, yo, like I could have just like used that money like elsewhere, kind of. Like it's nice to have a bankroll, but like we got money. Like we don't like we could just deposit it. Like so yeah,
Yeah.
that's the goal for the year is look, well, I'm like when I hit I'm not like just keeping the whole thing in there and gambling it. Like I take some out, but like I'm not leaving any in for the season when I hit an outright. We're just gonna take it all out. And then when I deposit, a couple hundred into a book, it's just coming from that money. Like it's all good. So that's a New Year's resolution I'm working on.
Yeah, my policy, if I take out gambling winnings, I do it so that I can buy something tangible. This as an example, I know that this is the Cam Young hoodie, ironically, because I got it because I saw Sahith, but this reminds me of that time that I won that thing. When Gary Woodland won the US Open, I bought my iron set. Like these are moments where I remember a given win forever and have it. I take it with me.
Yeah.
So that I want to like actually stick to that. I got Nike golf shoes, the Jordans that Tony Finau wears.
You got new golf shoes?
Yeah. You want me to get them for a second?
Yeah, go get them. So last mortgage play whale bomb that I have, I love this play. We're gonna talk to John about it when he gets back. But I don't think he's good. I want John to hear this. I don't think this golfer is particularly good, but like he actually won. But I really like Trey Mullinax over Luke List. All right,
Yeah,
let's
no,
see
that's a
'em.
good bet. So these when Tony won Houston, I picked these up.
Vibing. What
I
are like the
love
bottoms like?
I love these things. And
Do they have good traction?
good enough. Like
Okay.
at the very least, these are like my simulator shoe. I've got a
Okay.
simulator in the apartment here. I love these. Like this is what I wear out, these types of shoes. And now they're golf shoes.
Sick. And
And
like
I
Tony,
bought them
you know?
because Tony Finau won. So it's
Yeah, that was a
like
good bet, by the
it's
way.
great.
I don't know if I ever congratulated you. Like
It's no
really
beef.
sharp.
No beef. That's fine.
Yeah, that was just one like it just my numbers weren't telling me to go there, but it's fine. But yeah, Trey Mulley, like I think Luke List horrible week. Like I think Luke List dead fucking last. Like no, like I'm good on Luke List this week. Trey Mullinax, he's fine. Like he's a bomber.
Bermuda
Like,
guy.
he
I
went
trust him
low.
to hit some pots on Bermuda.
He went low at the Barbie. Like
Yes, he did.
it will probably be a dog. It will be like a pillow fight. But yeah, Trey Mulley over Luke List. That is a hammy play.
Yeah, I haven't looked at ownership at all, but I took a quick peek at pricing, and Trey Mullinax is like the only cheap guy that I want to play. So that makes me think he's going to be super popular. But
yeah,
it's a great fit.
In my opinion, DFS talking. It's pretty easy to make lineups this week if you don't play Rom.
I think a lot of people are going to play Rom because he's not like Scotty's more expensive, right?
I don't know if that's true, but like it's if you start with Cantley, like you could play Cantley and Xander and like not even have to like go dumpster diving at all. So I'm playing. You kind of know what you're good at. Like I'm good at no cut events. Like I'm good at DFS no cut events. Like
so you're the Xander of DFS.
I am the Xander of DFS. Yeah. I mean, it's even if you play Rom at 10K, like that's only $300 more than like yeah, it's really easy to make lineups this week. Like extremely easy. Like I don't
see that.
like Wiley texted me when we were texting and he was like give me a lineup, like I'm gonna put it in like a large contest, like you'll get like 10% of the winnings. And like I was like boop boop boop, send it. So I'm gonna play that lineup because I think it's a lock. I'm not going to give it out, but it's pretty easy to come up with if you listen to the pod.
Right.
But yeah, Xander, Cantley, Sanjay, like you're not really pushing for much. You don't have to play Ryan Brem. What event did Ryan Brem win? Do you know?
Ryan, I'm Brem for real.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's what I'm like. If I had like a sound bite on my show, I'd be playing Drake right now.
Yeah.
Ryan Brem won the Puerto Rico Open, which is a good comp. Dude. Cocoa Beach, Bombers Track.
In 1 month, I will be in Punta Cana.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 1 month away. It sucks. It's during Waste Management Week, so I can't do a pod for Waste. Kind of sucks.
Are you playing Cap Cana?
You said it wasn't worth it.
Corrales is not a round. I mean, it's the most expensive round I've ever paid for, more than Sawgrass.
Wait, what? I thought Sawgrass was like $800.
No, well, it might have been in like a package or something. You gotta stay in the hotel or something. But that is the most I've ever paid for golf, and it was a very good course. But it's a resort course. It's not like this dramatic.
Yeah, like my thing is that like there's literally a course for $150 that is like it's a really nice resort course. And it's like so it's like I don't care. Like I'm just gonna play that.
Yeah, I did it as an obligation for content so that
but
see.
like are you saying like I don't have that dog in me? Like I don't care enough about content?
No, I already did it. So you can just wait until read. You're not even gonna do a Corrales show, so it doesn't matter.
No, but like we're like making a double that week.
Yeah, that's true. So just tell.
Yeah, just tell. But yeah, vacation coming up soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I have much else to kind of vamp on tonight. Like I just like I think we're good. We're at exactly an hour. Like I feel pretty good about the first pod back tonight. Like I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Do you want to say any words for the Bills fans out there? I know you dressed the part. and you have your platform here.
Yeah, obviously, last night was extremely tragic, and we're all praying for him. And I just think Buffalo has gone through like a really rough year, and like it just kind of sucks. Like what happened? Like there was mass shooting, there was an extremely devastating snowstorm where a bunch of people died, and then this happens. Hamlin, from what everyone seems to see, was an amazing guy, and like it just sucks that happened last night and everyone had to see it. And hopefully there's some good news coming out about him and that he's coming. He's doing better. But it's just Buffalo's gone through a pretty rough year, so we're keeping them in our thoughts. I spent 4 years of my life there. Special place for me. And I hope they get some better news soon, and hopefully that ends with the Bills Super Bowl. Like that, I think
karma. I think, especially with all of the well wishes in the air, I think they're due for good karma. I think it's awesome. All the donations that have gone to the charity. It's like over like 3.5 million now. So it's good that good has come from all of this, and fingers crossed that he does have a full recovery.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really tough to finish out the season. I feel like
I don't know
logistically
really, what they're gonna do. Like they're just such massive, and like there's just no good way to do it if they don't play this week.
Yeah, like if I were them, I would just be like, give us a no contest, give us ties, move on.
Yeah, but then it's like, what do the Bills want? Like, do they want to play like 3 games? Like, do they want to? Like,
no, I would just say like no contest, give us both a tie.
But then who would get the 1 seed if the Bills and the Chiefs won? Like, I don't know what they would do.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just glad I'm not like the commissioner of the NFL right now. Like that just seems like an extremely tough thing to do.
Yeah, good thing we have golf to look forward to.
Yeah.
And it's, hopefully it's in a very like safe and calm Hawaii, so we shouldn't have to worry about any injuries. So
I do. I'm looking forward to this week. I'm hoping some more casual fans tune in. I told all my casual fans, they're not even casual fans, but I was like, just bet Sanjay this week. Like, just do it. And last year, I remember one of my good friends, like just bet like Cam Smith, like because of me. And he's like a golf better fan for life. Like he was just like, that was like the most amazing week ever. Like you saved my marriage. Like I was like in a really dark place, and like you gave me that winner, and like now like things are better. So, this tournament is huge. And yeah, let's just hit Sanjay. And if not, like I hope Xander wins for you, man.
I put a fire meme out in the middle of this. That's multitasking that you can't find anywhere else. And I think between the 3 players that we have collectively bet, one of them is definitely going to win. So
Hundo P. True, of like that picture, everyone should go check out. Like one, Nikki, like Patrick Cantley's girl, like I've had a conversation with, like we're kind of like friends. Like she's also liked one of my comments on Instagram. So Nikki has a special place in my heart. She's an absolute rocket smoke show, like beautiful woman, and she's Patrick Cantley's fiance. And then Maya, I also follow her. She's also great. She's like very active on Instagram. I let's see what they're doing. She's very attractive as well. Like they're like the ultimate double date squad. Like I just love all of them. Like all 4 of them are great people.
Yeah, I mean, in that picture, they clearly they went to Hawaii on a business trip of like, we are going to look good on the gram. We are bringing our best outfits. We are going to have the time of our lives out here. This is why I'm concerned about Sungjae, because I don't know. He's not used to this. This is new territory for him. He is on the road from like Jackson, Mississippi to, I don't know, Illinois for the John Deere. Like his fiance was not following him along on that trek. So that's my only concern, is that we're betting these 2 guys with their fiance. Is he married? Are they engaged?
Xander's married. Cantlay's
Yes.
engaged.
Newly married, like post tour championship, I think, for Xander, right? Or no, that was JT. JT got married right after.
Go check out Chad's post on that.
Right, that's right.
Did you see that?
I did. Yeah, that's very.
That was good content. That was good content.
Yeah, no, Spieth was like garbage at the Hero last year. It was the first event after the wedding,
Spieth
so that can be bad.
Garbage, to be honest.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I know we're on a tangent and we're going way over, but I totally missed your tweet about Sung Jae getting everybody Scotties at the wedding. And I Googled something along the lines of like, when did Sung Jae get married? And it took me to an article, and the article was about your tweet. And it was like, Sung Jae gets all of his friends Scotty Cameron putter, and it's like it's autographed, and it's like, according to Twitter, and it's like your tweet. And that was like the only thing that
no one reached out to me. So I'm need to call my lawyer right now.
What's your intern's name?
Sean.
Sean, yeah.
I mean, all emails are like to me, Sanjay M, title it. No, like, because like I've also like I follow Sanjay on Instagram. Like, I don't really think that's that big a deal. But like I've gotten like, Golf Monthly. You're getting a fucking NDA, bitch. Yeah, this is my tweet. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's me. That's me, bud. Okay. No, so like I just like follow him. Like I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that big a deal. But like when he posted that picture with JT and Spieth, like I just tweeted it and was like, "This is amazing picture," and it like went viral. And then I was like looking through his Instagram stories, and it wasn't just like the next day, multiple people posted that like so it was like 100% because like you can't really tell, like it's not like it's in Korean or whatever. But I was just like, yo, like it looks like he gave them so sick. Like that's so sick. Like not even like that is legitimately amazing. Like there was probably like $700 a pop.
Yeah, I'm just about at the stage of like, what are we gonna give as a gift to our guests at our wedding? And not that. I mean, like a goodie bag of like
maybe like a liquid IV.
Like, yeah, like Advil. Like not that. Liquid IV is a good call though. That would be a nice little party gift.
Yeah, no, you should just like give everyone a losing golf bet or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But I just got a text. Brian, I just laughed at get an NDA, bitch. So maybe we'll clip that. Maybe we'll get Sean to clip that. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. No, I mean they like embedded my tweet. Like there's no beef there. Like it's all good. Like that's
I guess technically they are crediting you because it's
not you. Like it's not unclear. Although it's unclear as what model guests were given. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, Sanjay, let's do it this week. Appreciate everyone who checked out the pod. We'll be back next week. I'm having Kenny Kim on for the Sony. And then I think I'm having I don't know, one of Steve or Capper for the Amex, and then Jeff Feinberg for the Farmer. So we got a lot of good guests coming up. We'll be seeing you again. All right, everyone have a good night. We'll see you next week.